that song.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Welcome to Mi Vida Loca. Hope you're having a wonderful Loca day. I'm Mike Matthews. Did you watch the Academy Awards?
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Did not. But hey, I can click on this thing on the internet that tells me there are 15 things to know from Joaquin's emotional speech. And did you get Natalie Portman's viral fashion? I don't care. Oh, Parasite won Best Original Screenplay and Best Picture. And I mentioned in the last show that my mom didn't care for it. So there you go.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Best Actor, Joaquin Phoenix. Best Actress, Renee Zellweger. Best Director, Bong Joon-ho. Parasite.
Mike's
is the movie he was...
Daily
It was for.
Podcast.
Can we now forget about this?
Yeah!
Like we forgot all about the... Iowa, you were important for 2 seconds, and then you botched up your caucus. What up? Now you are going to forever be known as the ridiculous state that could not carry off a caucus. And people are so done with caucuses. It's a stupid name. It's a stupid idea. Just give us an election. We're Americans. We know what elections are. We go, we vote, then there's results, then we know who won. And if we were the people that wanted someone else to win, we go, oh, we're losers. Oh, whoops. I guess we got to put up with this for the next 4 to whatever years. It's so easy. But this thing, so Iowa, you are like, this is on you now for 4 years. For 4 years, you got to worry about how you messed it all up in 2020. And now in 2024, that's how long you have to wait and listen to the ridicule. Iowa. I went to Iowa in the early 80s on vacation, had a wonderful time. I was on a farm. I helped walk Beans. No, Beans was not a dog. You had to walk the bean rows, the rows of soybeans, and pull any errant corn that was trying to grow in those fields there.
And here's today's podcast picture.
I know, it's as exciting as it sounds. I got my exercise, though. That's why I'd be a great farmer. I'd be like, oh, I worked so hard today. But I got my exercise, though. I burned my calories. And those delicious soybeans went into something that I probably just ate that was so yummy. So that's what the podcast picture is of soybeans. No, it's not. But that's just weird. I don't remember this much chaos happening. And it is partly because of it's the Democrat Party with all these candidates. And it's crazy. Basil says so too. He says loco. See, Basil, see. Well, it was a big full moon last night. As of the recording of this moment, it is still up there in the sky. That's right, Basil. It is still bright as can be. Today I will do the blossoms. That's right. The blossoms over there. This is in the parking lot of the Stone Ridge Mall. I was over there by in Pleasanton over the weekend. And everything's blooming and blossoming, and it's so nice. See that picture now at MikesDailyPodcast.com. We're at Cafe Anyway today. People are strange. I'm just sort of digesting. I looked at my email, my work email. Didn't look at it all weekend, and I strongly suggest you do the same. Do not look at your work weekend. Your work emails on the weekend. Unless you're really bored and you feel like you need a little stress and you need that blood pressure to start rising up. But emails from people that I don't understand, they complain about other people. They complain about... It's the complaint box is what I have in my inbox. And what's interesting is some of this will all end within a month. It'll all be gone. And then I won't have to worry about it for various reasons. But just people are odd, aren't they? And it's a Monday, and I have very little patience for people on Mondays. I don't understand people on Mondays. I'm like, why on Mondays? So there's that bit of Mike dealing with that, and it is what you think as well. You can call me 1336 daily. That's 3 plus 3 equals 6. As in Mike Matthews daily. As in what this podcast has been since Thursday. And we got Valentine's Day coming up in a couple days. And I'm going on a nice trip to a mountain to walk around and see snow and be away from inboxes. Dang inboxes. And complainers. Hey, did you know on Saturday I took the bus to work? Saturday I took, it was a thing I was doing I had to take the bus to. And I was like, where is the bus? Because I think I told you a week ago, also on the weekend, the bus came by entirely too early. Like 15 minutes earlier, and I totally missed it. I had to walk. So, first world problems, I know. But I'm waiting, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this bus is 15 minutes late. Did I miss it again? And then it showed up. So, I always have this conversation with the bus driver, because it's hard. It's not an easy job. And I don't go, where were you? Where was it? I'm a complainer. I say things like, well, Google Maps. And I try, this isn't a passive-aggressive thing. It does sound like it, though, but I don't intend it to be. But I'm like, the Google Maps is wrong. This is your normal time, right? And the bus driver said, actually, no, I'm about 8 minutes late. It's because someone didn't show up for work today. But hey, overtime. And I said, good for you. I go, make sure you get every cent of that overtime. Don't let them cheat you. And she said, thank you. And you know, that's true. We deserve overtime for the stuff we put up with, for the complainers we put up with, for the people we put up with. We deserve it. So make sure you get that sweet, sweet overtime money. But yes, I was so happy. And I guess, I don't know what's up with Google Maps. You can't really trust it for buses. Some days it works, some days it doesn't. As we go outside a cafe anyway, we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Mont today. You always remember the day that you dropped your phone, don't you? The day that you put the crack in your phone? I always remember. There was I haven't done it to my new phone yet, but I remember my last phone. I was interviewing the band Dead Cat Hat. They're up in Benita. Pato Milo invited me over. I interviewed the band members. You can hear it actually in the interview section at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Click on the home button and you'll see all the interview pages pop up. And yes, I said, let's get a picture. And the picture that you see actually associated with the interview of me and the guys, that was with my phone. And I did the delay and I set the phone up on like this ledge. And of course, a wind comes along, blows the phone right off, and it hits the ground, hits like these bricks. And it cracked, actually, without any shell, without any otter box or anything. It just cracked in the upper left-hand corner a little bit. But I always remember that. And then my lovely lady friend, another Benicia trip. I don't know what it is with Benicia. We had just gone up there, had a wonderful day, and we came back. She gets out of the car. She drops the car on the ground once we've gotten home. And screen goes completely out. It's gone. But our smartphones, first world problems, we need them. They carry so much of our lives now. Our money, our schedules, our inboxes that we shouldn't be checking, our entertainment. And so, to sum up, let's see, we're outside a cafe anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Mont, the last place on earth. Let's say hi to some people.
Hello, my Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor. Sounds like you had an interesting weekend.
It was nice. It was nice because I didn't check the dang inbox. I suggest that to other people. I suggest that to you. It's needless. It's pointless. Turn it off. I'd say turn your phone off, too, if you can. Look who else is out here. Hello, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman! And this is John Deere, the engineer. Mike, how was that episode of Northern Exposure you watched last night? Mm-hmm. Yes, I got home. So I'm at work, by the way, at like 5 in the morning. And so I had to go to bed. I couldn't get to bed till about 11. So there, count that up for the amount of sleep Mike got. But I was just not tired. So I had to watch a Northern Exposure episode. And it was the one where a woman says hi to Chris in the Morning, the DJ on K-Bear. And he usually talks, and he's very eloquent, and he's fun to listen to, played by John Corbett, who later went on to Sex and the City and was Sarah Jessica Parker's boyfriend on that. And then My Big Fat Greek Wedding. That really knocked it out of the ballpark for him. And the United States of Tara. A cute gal walks into the room, asks him something, and he looks at her and he loses his voice. A beautiful woman steals his voice. So what he does to try and get his voice back, he is supposed to spend the night with the most beautiful woman in the village, and that turns out to be Maggie O'Connell, played by Janine Turner. And so the whole town is sitting around the house waiting for things to happen, and John Corbett is sitting there with Maggie O'Connell, and Maggie says, "You know what? I can't do this, sorry." But then she says, if you actually believe that a beautiful woman stole your voice, then you have to believe that I'm going to give it back to you. So she gives him a kiss, and then his voice comes back. So the moral of that story is Northern Exposure had some bizarre plot lines, but can someone steal your voice? Can someone steal things that are really surprising, really shocking? They can be a shock to the system and cause all kinds of weird things to happen. So, riddle me that, Batman. Hey, did I say Batman? Do I have a Batman theme song that you're going to hear for like a tenth of a second? There we go. Next show, it'll be the wonderful Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster. Enjoy your week. I'm going to try like heck to bring you a podcast tomorrow. We'll see if it happens. Tell all your friends about it. Tell me what you think. 336MM Daily. 3 plus 3 equals 6 MM, as in Mike Matthews Daily, as in what this podcast tries to be. Occasionally gets interrupted, but that's how it is. And, of course, there's the website, MikesDailyPodcast.com. Here's Ariel with more. Oh, and that was 1984. FF episode 1984. 1984. The year, of course, from George Orwell. And that year was also the Olympics in Los Angeles. And Bruce Springsteen was huge. There was a lot of Madonna happening. I think We Are the World was that year. I think. Okay. There you go. Now take it away, Ariel.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!